Hey everyone, Philbar here, and welcome back to part 2 of our Sculpt Your Own Sailor Moon vinyl figure. So, as always, make sure that you have a photo reference, or in my case, Figure Arts. Here I have my SH Figure Arts Sailor Moon, so let's get started. For this next part, we're going to need blue, white, tan, and red Sculpey clay. So in today's episode, we will be sculpting her torso. So from the little blue thing that wraps around, to the ribbon, to the main part, her little belly, and then her blue skirt here. That's what we'll be working on today. First off, we're going to take some of our white clay and break some of it off. Get rolled up into a evened out sphere, and then we're going to start trying to make a little... We're going to try to shape it into the shape of a torso. Make sure we got some room for a little bust there, a little bit of a waist. Keep on keeping the chest wide, and we're gonna try to lower it as well, because remember, like up here later, she's gonna have some other pieces. Okay, so you just want to keep on sculpting it like that until we get a nice looking torso. Ta-da! Okay, so next what we're going to do is we're going to first lay down some tan in there. So let's set that down. We're going to want to grab some tan clay, break some off. We're going to roll it around until we're going to finally lay it down right here, where her chest would be. Start patting it down. Maybe grab one of your tools that's rollable and just roll it out like that. Ta-da! And next we're going to want to grab some blue that we're going to wrap from this end all the way to back here with a little bit of flappity flap, and then back here again. So we're going to take some blue, about maybe that much. Start rolling it out a bit, doing something like that. You see that right there? So we're just going to keep on flattening out, smoothing it out. And if we look on here, we can look ahead, and we can see that they kind of go in an angle, like an acute angle. So we can start doing that to both sides. Let's start doing that. And now let's see how much, if that's going to be too much or too little. In this case, this is going to be too much, so we can trim some away. You can always trim some away by just simply doing that. Just had to make sure that you did know. So it looks like we got enough here that's not too much and not too little, so we're going to first get the first corner about right there. We're going to start wrapping it around, patting it down, until finally we got it right there. To make sure it's got the right amount of flap on the back side, we're going to come around. We'll pinch away a little bit at this corner, as well as that corner, and then start pinching it to where it can kind of lag a little bit. There's some lag right there, kind of like a cape. We're going to bring that down. We'll keep adjusting it, and then until we get that. We're going to continue to make sure we got enough of a busty figure, as she originally is portrayed, until we get something like that. And the next thing we're going to do in this tan area right here, we're going to sculpt her neckline, as well as the little choker that she's got in there, along with the crest that you can see in there. So let's put that down real quick and grab some tan. We're going to start rolling it out to like a neck formation. Pinch a little bit off some more, and then keep doing that, and we're going to see if it's big enough. Looks like it's going to be big enough. And to ensure that her neck is not going to break so easily, in case the figure either drops or you're rough handling it or just moving it around, we're going to cut off some 22 gauge floral wire. Set that aside. We're going to grab the torso, and then about the area we're going to put your neck, you're going to put it right there. We're going to grab the bit of clay that we will use for her neck. Start putting it down there. Twist a little bit, that way it burrows in there easier. It drills in there easier. We can take a little bit off, and then we can just push some of that down. And then to make it blend, we can come back with a thin, like a little piece like that, a little tool. Just start blending it until we get that. And now we're going to start work on the choker. So let's put that down, grab some red clay, tear some away, and maybe a little bit more like that until, I say this piece. So we're going to roll that out. Roll it out like that. And then grab this. We're going to flatten it out. Carefully take it up. And now we're going to lay it on the neck. Wrap it around the neck. So there's that. Keep coming back with your tools. Just gently light it. Make sure it doesn't smoosh around. Doesn't get blended with other parts of the piece. Adjust it and until it looks like that. If we look a little closer on her choker, we can see that she's got a crescent moon right there. So that's what we're going to sculpt right now. So you're going to want to grab a little bit of gold or yellow, whatever color you prefer, but in this tutorial we're going to be using very fine colors like gold here, very glimmery. Again, as I've previously stated, whenever you're done with these glittery colors, make sure that you wash your hands before you touch any other pieces of clay. The glitter will spread, and dare I say, it'll contaminate. So to make a crescent shape, we're gonna make a little coil like that. We're gonna carefully move it around like that until we got something like that. Let's see. All right, it lays on. The curve lays on. Lays down like that. So let's get that right there. We're gonna carefully put that right there. We're gonna start patting it down. Pat down, pat down, pat down. Until we get that. That looks fine to me. Next, on the blue piece that we sculpted, we're going to be doing these white lines. Except for this tutorial, due to time constraints, we'll just do one line. Once you learn these techniques, you can apply this to your own Sailor Moon. Or if you want to, you can just make the rest of it white striped. So next, we're going to sculpt those white lines around the blue part there. We're going to grab some white clay, and we're just going to start rolling it out. And with that white piece of clay, we're going to make a long coil of white. We're going to go here to near the edge of the blue ribbon that goes around her torso. And we're just going to gently just lay it down throughout the rest. Keep patting, keep patting, keep patting until... Alright, we may be a little short, but we can always grab just a little bit of more white, just make a quick little coil like that. Put it right there, right there, right there, right there. And then we can use one of these tools to start evening out, make it not so wide. And we're going to just push it down a little bit like that, like that, like that, like that, like that. Come back and do that until we have that. And next we're going to be sculpting her red ribbon, as you can see right here. So let's pull up some red clay. We're going to tear some away, and we're going to leave this here. We're going to make 4 pieces of this clay. We're going to do that, and then grab that until they're about the same size. We're going to pinch it until we make like a little trapezoid there. We're going to do that. Maybe a little more narrow. This is going to be the bottom ribbons. We're going to put you right there. Grab the other one, do the same. We're going to do that, and that until we pinch a shape like that. And put it right there. Now let's grab these ones, and while the bottom 2 pieces were thinner, we're going to make these a little bit wider. A little more delicious. Do that, as well as with the other piece. Make it a little wider, as well as the other piece. Until we do that, until you got a cute ribbon. The last thing we need to do to the ribbon is we're going to pull up some gold shiny clay. We're going to do 2 pieces here. Take that blob of clay. We're going to have a smaller one and a bigger one. We will pull this up. We'll turn that into a little circle there. Press it into there until it's about roundish like that. Grab this smaller piece here, put it in the center there, and there you got her crest. And now we're going to make the final part of her torso, the skirt as well as the ribbon on the back. So let's set her aside, and we'll make a perfectly blue sphere. So first we're going to take a perfectly blue sphere, and we're going to start turning it into a long strip of blue clay that will eventually turn into her skirt. So let's just keep doing that, doing that, doing that. That should be about good length. Now let's bring it together, grab one of these, connect it like that, and then towards the upper part of this, we're going to try to bring it together as well as lengthen it a little bit more until we get something like that. Now we're going to come in here, we're going to just slide it in there. We're going to pinch it around, get it down like that, and then we can spread a little more where it's uneven. And then we've got ourselves a skirt. Wahoo! And next we're going to be sculpting white trimming around there to make it look more fluent. So let's grab some white clay. We're going to roll it down to a nice coil really quickly. Let's see how fast I can do this. Beat the clock. Alright. And now we're going to put it right there. We're going to wrap it around. Oh, sorry. We're going to wrap it around. Wrap it around so it looks nicely. And coming back, we can see that we gotta touch that up a little bit. We can just grab one of our smaller tools here, and then just almost make it blend like that. Come back with a tool like this to add just a little crevice right there, and there's that problem fixed. Next, we can briefly just come back and make like the lines that you see on this skirt on this one. So we can just simply do that and so forth. And now with those lines, let's now do the final part, the ribbon on her backside. We're gonna want to break up this red piece into 4 pieces, the same procedure as the front where we did the first ribbon. Let's see, we're gonna grab, the smaller ones. We're gonna make the 2 bottom thin ribbons. That will go right there. Right there. Grab the second one and do the same. And put it right there. We're going to take the 2 bigger pieces, and just like the front side, we're going to make these ones wider. So there's that first one. We'll put it right there. And we'll grab the second one and make it just as wide. And we're going to grab this little piece that we left behind. We're going to roll down to a coil. Do it like that, pinch it down a little bit, and there's that ribbon. And alright, the torso is done. So thanks again for joining me on this episode of Sculptron. Tune in next time when we will be sculpting her arms. And until then, feel good about what you made today, because what you made today is something special. See you next time.